let's start today. We're gonna make a Prasarita Padottanasana, which is the wide leg standing forward fold. So you place the hands on your hip. Now open your legs, step you from your right leg to the right side and left leg to the left leg side. Open the legs like a leg distance. So here your toes slightly moving inward in this position and heels out. So let's check the legs nicely. So pressing the ball of a big toe, maintaining the natural arch in our inner side of the feet. So the left leg is the same like the back leg of the triangle. Other leg also same like a back leg of a triangle. For example, you're doing the posture with the right side, Trikonasana. So left leg is the back leg. So for example, you do the posture with the left side of triangle pose, so the right leg is going to be the back leg. So keeping the back leg same, the both legs same like the as you do in Trikonasana. So lifting here upward, knees tight, thighs rolling inward in this position and roll the buttocks down. So pressing through the outer arch of the foot and lifting the inner malleolus a little bit higher and maintaining the one action here in this position, pushing the legs like outward, apart, away from each other. So one action, pushing the legs outward direction away from each other. Hands on the hip. We'll inhale, lengthen the chest, lengthen the spine, shoulders goes back, neck longer. As we exhale, slowly tilt the hips forward in this position, anterior tilt, and then bend forward slowly with a straight back. Go with a straight back, and then in this position, reaching the hands down to the floor, adjust the hands down. So those are beginner or those that have really tight thighs, people suffering with a back pain, they can subtle bend the knees in this position. Otherwise, those are fit and fine practitioner, they will try to straight the legs and reaching the hands down, align with the feet. So if possible, bring the heel of the palms, align with your heels as much you can. So pressing the hands. Now here, before to begin the posture, we'll try to make a one action like as you do Ardha Uttanasana. So nicely tilt your hips forward as much possible, trying to ascend the sitting bone height. So posterior legs nicely extended, quads tight, thighs rolling inward in this position, sitting bone high on the top and pull the spine down towards the crown of the head. Lift your chin up, look front, nicely extension the front part of the body. So belly moving front towards the chest fully expand in this position and shoulders goes backward in this position and long arms and get a little length in the spine. Take a breath in here. Now as you exhale, press the hands strongly on the floor and bend your elbows slowly backward and pull the elbows down backward and pull the crown of the head down towards the floor. So the crown of the head down completely towards the ground as much possible in this position. Readjust the hands again, pressing the hands and trying to move the elbows a little inward, align the shoulder. Using your arm strength in this position to pull the spine more deeper or more down towards the crown of the head as much you can. But make sure the legs are same as we maintain them in the starting. So strongly pressing through the outer edge and rolling the legs internally as much possible, thighs rolling inward. So try to extend the posterior legs from the heel, so the buttocks nicely extending upward and knee quads tight in this position and long spine by raising the sit bone and trying to fixing those back ribs nicely into the body and working on the straight back as much possible. Shoulder blades moves upward in order to extend the anterior body. Floating ribs moving down towards the chest as much possible. Sharply stretch from the sides of the trunk, keep the sides of the trunks longer and shoulders move slightly up, elongating the cervical. So end of this position, the final position, what you're going to do, we're going to bring the ears, the upper lobes of the ear, they are completely parallel to the floor, we're not going to lift your head up or not pushing too lower. We'll keep the crown of the head facing down to the floor as you do in Sirsasana. And the upper loop of the ear, they are like parallel to the floor in this position. So pressing through the hands and trying to extend your elbows backward, the humerus bone back towards the elbows so that we can pull our spine nicely in this position. You stay there for a bit in a Prasarita Padottanasana. Keep the arms stronger using the arm strength. People, those are having the stiff thighs or beginner, they can try with a bend knee, but trying to bend directly from the hip joint as much possible by tilting the hip forward, maintain that anterior tilt in the hip. Just stay there for a bit. As you release the posture, press the hand. With inhalation, lift your head up back to the starting position. Then hands on the hip, slowly bend the knees and then back to the center. Okay, so let's start the Prasarita Padottanasana with the props. So see, what you're gonna do first, props will use the strap, which will help us to rolling our toes inward. So it's just a habit actually. In the beginning, it's become a little bit challenging to readjust the toes again in and in. So we're gonna use a strap. For example, we make the strap same the leg length distance as we open the leg. So how we're gonna use the strap? So we make a big loop here in this position. I want you to open the leg G the same way. Yeah. So we adjust the strap on the front of the foot and other side as well. Yeah, toes a little bit inward and heels outward. Yeah, yeah, pressing the toes. So toes slightly moving in and heels out. So the strap will help you to rolling the toes inward, and hands on the hip and shoulder moving back, chest open. Now let's try the another way as well to make a little active stretch in this position. So what we can do, we can use the bolster as well in our Prasarita, Padottanasana, or you can use the ahimsa stick again, right? So see what you're gonna do, like as we did in a last position in a Trikonasana, the same way we can use the bolster the same way, and like the this stick, it will help us to open our chest nicely. So yeah, you can keep the hands straight like that and using the arms to push the stick into the body as much you can. So it will help us to opening the chest nicely. So we adjust the stick nicely, push the hand a little bit backward, close to the armpit here, yes, and opening the chest as much possible. So you're pushing the chest forward, raising the sternum high, shoulders rolling backward, inhale. So this time we gonna try with a bend knee. So person those are having the stiff thighs or finding difficult to bend from the hip joint, so it's gonna be easy for them. So we're pushing the chest forward, shoulder back, inhale. As we exhale, subtle bend the knees in this position and then tilt the hips forward and then bend forward, maintaining the length in the anterior body, maintaining the length in the anterior body. So it's trying with a bend knee, extending your spine down towards the crown of the head, and you look front to the sides of the mat G first. Just keep the chin forward. Yeah, look down to the floor as much you can. So stretching the arms backward direction here, and use your arms to like fixing that wrist stick into the body, which will help us to find a straight back. Thighs, knees rolling inward. Yeah, you can keep the elbows bent like slightly like that, or as you feel comfortable. And then with the next exhalation, you can releasing the neck down, cervical relaxing down once we're comfortable here. So fully fold forward in this position and use your bicep strength to fix that stick into the body, which will allow us to open our chest more deeper in this position. And crown the head down to the floor and stay there. Make some active stretch in this position, thighs, knees rolling inward, and completely bend from the hip joint and elongate your spine and from the sides of the trunk. For example, these are doing well. If somebody have really tight thighs, so they can subtle bend the knees. Can you please try with the bend? Yeah. You can bend the knees, which will really comfortable for people those are having the stiff thigh or suffering with the back pain, and those have really tight hamstring. So it's going to be more easy for them. So stay there for a bit. As you release the posture, you bend the knees, look front, and then with a straight back all the way, come back to the center. And then exhale, hands on your hip, bring the hands, and then you can slowly using the one hand to release the stick. Let's try one more time. For example, if somebody cannot reaching the hands down to the floor, so we can give them a little break to have a little length for the arms. So once again, inhale, hands on the hip, chest up. As you exhale, subtle bend the knees and then bend forward. Go with the straight back, shoulder backward, and then reaching the hands down on the brick. So you press the hands on the brick. So with the help of the brick, they can keep the back more straight. Inhale, head up. Gonna be more easier for the people those are beginner. So pushing the top of the thigh backward strongly, sitting bone raising upward. As you exhale, press the hands on the brick, bend the elbows and try to pull the spine down nicely to the crown of the head. Elongate your spine, but shoulder blade moving upward in this position, trying to lift your shoulder blade up like downward movement of the scapula. Elongate your cervical, neck longer and crown of the head facing down to the floor. You press the hands strongly on the brick, your elbows moving back like a chaturanga and stay there for a bit. And trying to push the thigh backward away from the belly, and you're going to move the belly towards your thighs as much possible. So one action, pushing the thigh backward, and you're bringing the spine between the thighs or pressing towards the thigh as much possible. Just stay there for a bit, press the hand. Then as you inhale, slowly lift your head up, back to the center, straight back. Hands on your hip, hold your waistline, bend the knees, and then slowly come back to the center. Hands relax. Okay, let's try one more time with the strap. So you open the legs, toes inward. So I want you to hold the strap and swing the strap behind the back underneath the armpit. So strap will help us to open the chest more. So you adjust the strap and throw the strap over the shoulders. So we're gonna cross the strap behind our back. Yeah, and hold the edges. Yeah, but make sure that we don't get any twist on the strap. So we're going to pull the strap lower. So try to pull the strap down in this position strongly. And with the inhalation, press the feet, lift your chest up and elongate the spine, lift from the interior body. Now as you exhale, roll the tailbone backward and then bend forward, pulling the strap backward, 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 strongly as much possible. And slowly bend forward as much you can go. Leaning your spine forward. So the strap will be helping us to nicely roll the shoulders backward and make our spine more longer in this position, and trying to extend your anterior body down towards the chin as much you can. So crown of the head down, keeping your neck softened, relaxing the neck in this position, and using the arms to pull the strap back, which will helping us to open the shoulder more, opening the chest in a Prasarita Padottanasana. So stay there for a bit and trying to press the ball of our feet, ball of a big toe, and trying to raise the sitting bone high and leaning the weight from the heels to the front of the foot, which will help us to elevate the sitting bone high by making that action. By the leaning action will help us to raise the sitting bone high. We stay there for a bit. Inhale. As we exhale, bend the knees slowly, pull the strap strongly backward and lift yourself up back to the center. Okay, let's try the second variation with the bolster, which will help us to open the chest more because of the thickness of the bolster. So we maintain the same distance as we did in the previous one. So we're going to hook the bolster behind our back. So I want you to just lift your arms, push the hands backward and hold the bolster in your hands tightly. Yeah. So one action you're going to do, trying to push the elbows backward, and yeah, you can bring the hands underneath the bolster like that. Yeah, lifting the bolster upward and opening the chest. So same, pressing the feet, the outer arch, and lifting through the inner side of the feet and pushing the legs outward direction away from each other. And then inhale, chest up, shoulder moving back, elongate the front part of the body. And then exhale, tilt your hips forward in this position and bend forward, bend forward, bend forward, fully fold forward in this position. Yeah. So trying to use your arms to pull the bolster nicely against the shoulder blade, which will allow us to open the chest nicely and open the shoulder region. So trying to lean forward as much you can and shifting the body weight on the front of the foot, raise the buttocks high and take a few breaths in this position. Keeping the neck softened, you look down between the floor or just look backward, eyes open. Take a few breaths in this position. Inhale. Then as you exhale, subtle bend the knees and slowly back to center with a bend knees and straight your back. And then exhale. So let me give the bolster. We try the other way. Release the hands slowly. We drop the bolster. Now let's see the third variation from here, which is the same. The movement of the legs is going to be the same. Only we change the hands here. So you open the arms by the side, rolling the arms inward and swing the hand. Draw the shoulder blade together, bend the elbows and interlock your finger. So here we can now squeeze the shoulder blade together and trying to push the tip of the shoulder back and then trying to extend the arms, rolling the biceps out, forearms rolling in and press the palms together. If somebody have the stiff shoulder, they can keep the palms like away from each other, or as well as we can make a modification like turning the palm facing like backward direction, opposite direction. So let's try which is comfortable for you. Inhale again, chest up, and then exhale, bend forward. Lift your arms high as we go down. So first work on the forward movement of your spine, flexibility of the thigh, and then trying to lift your arms high away from the spine as much possible. So trying to pull the spine down towards the crown of the head and then lift your arms high away from the back as much possible. Stretch your shoulders, the armpit, your biceps, triceps, pushing the hands slowly down towards the floor. So nicely stretching the shoulders and arms in this position. Third variation. We'll stay there for a bit. Then inhale, slowly bend the knees and back to the center. All the way up. Exhale, hands on the hip. Let's see the last variation of the Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands remain there. Inhale again. Exhale, fold forward. And now I want you to take your big toes, catch your big toes with the first two finger and thumb, and and use your the tip of the thumb to press the tips of the toes strongly in this position. Inhale, head up, straight the back, look front, the same way, Ardha Uttanasana action. Exhale, bend the elbows outward, away from each other. So point of the elbows moving out, so shoulder blade as well moving away from each other. Shoulders moving upward, long spine in this position, keeping the neck longer here. And the spine goes straight and fully fold forward, using the arm strength to flex your spine in this position. So trying to lean forward here in this position, raise the buttocks high, and you can gazing the nose or in front of you, take a few breaths in this position. The same way as we did in the beginning. So only the changes is here, you open the feet and using the arm strength to go more deeper. So you can do the Prasarita Padottanasana this way, or you can hold the back of the ankle. For example, can you hook the sides of the ankle here? We can do the one way, hooking the ankles here and using the arm strength to pull the spine or go more deeper, completely work on the flexion of the spine. Just stay there for a bit. As you inhale, lift your head up. And then exhale, hands on the hip, bend the knees, and then with inhalation, all the way up. Exhale, release. So feet together, third asana.